All right, so we got our Frigidaire top mount, and we're having a weird not cooling situation. So if you're dealing with this, take a look at this. 24 hours, we're going to open her up and I'm going to take a look and check the temperature. I have not checked it yet. We're not freezing. We're still at 42. All right. Okay. You see that? Do you hear what's going on? This fridge is running, it's in defrost, which means it's defrosting as it is running. I'm gonna put something, piece of ice on the heater. I can feel the heat from the heater. Let me show it to you. Piece of plastic. See that? Melted. Watch. Some water, really fast. Almost burnt. That's hot water, it's melting the ice. So this fridge is running as it is in defrost. So we have a problem with the timer inside. So we're gonna replace the timer. That is the problem with this unit. It should not, the compressor should not be running. So let's go to the back of the fridge, or at least that fan should not be running in defrost. All right, so 100%. Compressor is running, fan is running, everything is working back here, but the unit is also defrosting at the same time. The timer runs this. So I think we have a timer that is stuck in run and stuck in defrost at the same time. So we're gonna concentrate on the timer. Let's get that timer out. And we're pretty hot back here as well because the unit is constantly running. All right. If you turn it clockwise, it should turn. It does not want to move. 1/4 inch screw here and over there. Squeeze and pull. Now you don't have to take the entire unit out, guys, so you don't have to do that. We could just stop right here and unplug the unit. You can take this tab out, pretty straightforward. A little clip here, you lift, it comes up, and a little clip under here, this one here. Use a pick or a small screwdriver. This comes up, it comes out. And we're gonna take this out and we're gonna examine it and take a better look at it. So unplug this, but go ahead and unplug the unit so you don't zap yourself. All right, we have it out and it is definitely stuck. So we are going to open this thing up. Now keep in mind, guys, these are sealed. There's also a rubber seal right here. So do not use, now if you wanted to use a regular timer just for testing, if the unit is not leaking, you should be totally fine. But on the side of caution, I always put back the right equipment. You can't go wrong that way. You're not putting yourself into a liability position. All right, let's get that in. All right, so we got our meter continuity. So right now we are in run, and we're also in defrost. We're going to open it up. Okay. Now this thing is sealed, so do not reuse this. replace it. This is only for testing. Very crucial. If you have a leak, it's an R600 unit. It's an isobutane. It is flammable, so you don't want to take a chance. These are cheap. Don't be cheap. All right, so let's open it up. I'm gonna get my scraper, putty knife, and hammer, tap it, and open it. All right, so we have it partially opened, and we're gonna use our flat blade screwdriver and finish it up. All right, you can see it, it's opening. By the way, I can smell it. It smelled very burnt on the inside. So try that with yours, put your nose to it and see how bad the smell is, and it's pretty burnt. All right, so we are opening the timer up, and you can pretty much use your flat blade screwdriver to pry it open. Now, be super careful. You might be able to, well, I will link the other video. It's a Frigidaire refrigerator video, and where you can actually extract the timer itself and open it up and at least get you by. So that is something you can do as well. This one, it was pretty stuck, and when I took it apart, the actual timer actually kind of just came apart. So be mindful of that. It does happen sometimes. It did not want to separate, so we have it opened, and of course you can see how badly burnt it is. The contacts are actually frozen together. So the idea behind that is when the unit is in run and when it goes into defrost, it never released from run, so it stayed in run, and then defrost just continued to get stuck. The contact actually got stuck to it. So apparently the heat is building up in these units. That's really what the problem is. There's no venting, and they're not able to vent. Traditional timers, you can breathe. They can breathe. So you're producing heat inside of a closed circuit, and the heat has nowhere to go. Yes, the fridge gets cold, but it is not being able to breathe. All right, so we're going to be using this one, timer, just to run the unit until our new timer comes in. So just a quick comparison, by the way. If you look at both of these, this is from the brand new unit. This unit is 2024. Yeah, it's sad that it's actually needs work already. Connector, okay. This unit is probably, I don't know, 15, 20 years old, and very similar in design. You have your timer, thermostat, door switch. All right, so we're going to take the timer out of this guy. Best thing to do when you're removing these, use a flat blade. You just twist. Two Phillips screws. One there and one there. All right, it's freed. So, by the way, quick tad bit here. If your fridge is not coming on at all, where it's totally silent, first you want to do, you want to check this, make sure this is working. Should turn. Okay. It turns clockwise, always. Okay. And your fridge is still off. You'd want to come here and you want to check this for continuity. This is your thermostat. Times you're working on something and it's not the exact thing you're working on, or it's similar, so just more information. So now you can check this from this connector, you sure can, but in fact let's leave the orange there. Let's take it off. All right, continuity. You should hear a beep if it's good. That means it's good. If it was turned off, so you can check, make sure it's on or off. Maybe somebody accidentally turned it off, then you shouldn't hear a beep. Okay, it means it's off. Turn it back on. All right, so a bad thermostat can cause you not to turn on and your fridge would be totally silent. All right. Now this guy, we checked him earlier. So we're in the run right now. All right, so we're gonna put this one in and you will order yours. But if you have this one laying around just for testing purposes, go ahead. All right. If you want to put some screws, you can, because this is going to be a smaller timer. It doesn't fit into the housing. You do have holes, so we might just secure things. The same screws that came out will work just fine. Now remember, this is only for testing, guys. Do not run your refrigerator with this. All right, we got our screws in. All right, so this cover will not go on with the testing or tester timer. So now we're ready to put this back into the refrigerator. All right, you can see how short this connector is. So I think we might be able to get just some more out of it. You see how it's tight? I mean, it's loose here. You can bring some of this down. Not a lot, but you can bring some down. Super short, so you need some extra length. You can pull it. That's really how it should be. It's super short. You can't even get your hand back there to do anything. So if you're having issues like that, then do that. And by the way, to get yours out, you are squeezing, see that tab? So you gotta press. All right, let's get it in. All right, first things first, plug your thing in. The connector goes to the bottom, makes it easier for you. All right, you're gonna have 2 pins back there. You can see the holes. And you wanna get your holes lined up as well. You will feel when it slides in. Quarter-inch screw in the front here. All right, here's a tricky one. So the screw's up, and you want to make sure that you get your screw right into this hole. Let's show you up. That hole. So if you're not lined up, then you need to make sure this is pushed in more. There you go. See that? It slid in. All right, we have one more screw to put in, but we're not going to put that in because this is coming back down. So we're going to plug the unit in. All right, we're going to plug back in, and you'll hear the unit. It should turn on. We're actually going to have our gauge thermometer back in here. I'm going to watch the temperature as it drops. It should go down to 0. That's the idea. Obviously, with the heater on, it wasn't able to do that, so let's plug it in. All right, plugging in. Take a listen. Compressor's running, fridge is on. We're going to watch the temperature, and we're going to replace the thermostat with the proper thermostat. This is only for testing, so do not run your unit with it. If you have a leak, it could be a dangerous situation. Look at that. Beautiful.